ಬೇರೆ ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡ ಅವಳು ನಾಳೆ ಪಾತ ವರ್ಷವನ್ನು ತಿರುಪಿ வரவேற்க
மாமி மியூட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. செம்பக மாமி மியூட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
சரி.
I'm just sending the video, the feed, the YouTube feed to public. That way people have it. Yes, we are set. We can start. I'm going to share my screen soon. Please confirm that you can see my screen.
Yes.
Everything okay?
We are seeing the screen.
You can see the screen and you can hear me well, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Now we'll start. अस्मन् गुरुभ्यो नमः, अस्मत् परम गुरुभ्यो नमः, अस्मत् सर्व गुरुभ्यो नमः, श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः, श्री लक्ष्मी नृसिंह परब्रह्मणे नमः, श्री लक्ष्मी हायवदन परब्रह्मणे नमः, सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु. Okay. So we are on the 196th lecture. What we have done so far is we have finished the Bhagavad Gītā. Just for vain's sake, I'm just giving a 2-minute introduction to where we are at this point. So we have finished about first 6 chapters of the Rāmānujācārya and Śaṅkarācārya. So we are covering three separate commentaries on the Gita. So that we have covered about 6 chapters of the Rāmānujācārya, about 6 chapters of the Śaṅkarācārya, and then we are now on the 3rd chapter, almost finishing the 3rd chapter on the Madhvācārya's Bhāṣya. So we have already covered an overview of Advaita, overview of Viṣiṣṭadvaita, overview of Dvaita as philosophies and concepts, philosophical concepts. We have already covered, and that is in the that is in an email. I will send that to you separately. And we have also covered an overview of Śaṅkarācārya on the Gita, an overview of Rāmānujācārya on the Gita, an overview of Madhva on the Gita. So entire Gita summary from these 3 perspectives we have already covered. So we are now going verse by verse, continuing with the 3rd chapter of Madhva. My plan is to finish 3rd chapter, 4th chapter, 5th chapter, and 6th chapter of Madhva continuously. We will have these lectures alternate weeks. That means this weekend it will be Bhagavad Gītā. Next weekend it will be Kena Upanishad. Again, the other next weekend we will switch back to Bhagavad Gītā. So we'll alternate between Bhagavad Gītā and Kena Upanishad every weekend. That is the plan. Okay. Now that this introduction is over, we'll go to the class. I asked a question. This was the question, we didn't deal with it yesterday. So the question is, without Dharma, the other three Puruṣārthas, the goals, namely artha is wealth, Kāma is desires, and mokṣa, release from bondage. See, these three are the other goals. So without Dharma as a goal, the other three goals cannot exist. This is the claim of this question. And I gave you an option. Do you agree, or do you partially agree this way, that way, or you totally disagree with this? This was the question asked. 74% said, I agree. 9% said, I agree with this partially. Without Dharma, moksha can exist. That is the 9% of people. 4% of the people, I agree with this partially. Without Dharma, Kāma can exist. So desire can exist without Dharma. The 13% disagree with this. Every Puruṣārtha or goal can exist independent of other goals. Why not? That is the claim. So we have 25% of the people who roughly believe that statement is wrong. 75% believe that statement is right. Okay. For those who are on the 25% of the people, right? I'm addressing them. See, this is where we need to understand the word dharma properly. Dharma can never be explained in English in any single definition. The definition would take 3 or 4 lectures. We have already told you that lecture 48, 49, 50, 51 are specifically dedicated to explaining what dharma is. 4 lectures from a person who is a yogi. And you need to very clearly understand what that means. In the simplest terms, dharma would be nature of everything. Nature of you, nature of your mind, nature of external world, nature of your eyes, nature of your tongue, nature of your skin. And you are inside this body with so many different things with different natures. Nature of relationships, between anything, the relationship between human beings, relationship between God, you, all these things, the nature is actually dharma. Because if you understand dharma in a restricted sense, oh, because of dharma, I give you charity. Or somebody gave charity to somebody because of dharma. If you think dharma is just charity, if you go to Wikipedia or some, or even like Encyclopedia Britain, whatever, and check out a dictionary and say, what is dharma? That will have a limited few sentences out there. Or maybe they're now accurate and they want to give you a better meaning. Really speaking, dharma is nature. If you take that, I have already told you earlier that can hunger exist without dharma? See, hunger itself is a dharma. So because of hunger, people go after money because they want food, right? So dharma, the hunger, if there is no hunger, you would not go for food at all, right? So you need to understand dharma is so fundamental. Without dharma, nothing else exists. The Puruṣārtha, the other goals cannot exist. See, if dharma is the nature of human being, nature of mind, nature of us, Because of our nature, only then we can say we have desires. So desires cannot exist without dharma, which is the nature of human beings. Why does moksha exist without dharma? Bondage is nature. We are already bound. That's why, because we are bound, we need moksha. If we are not bound, we don't need moksha. Moksha cannot exist without bondage. Desires are fundamental. Wealth, why would I go for wealth? Because I need wealth. Why would I need wealth? Because I need food, water, shelter, entertainment, and everything like that. Because that is the nature. So dharma is fundamental for everything. So don't take dharma in a very restricted sense. Dharma can mean Krishna or God. Dharma can mean paths towards God. All these things were covered in an earlier last 2 lectures, as well as the 4 lectures long time back. That is 48, 49, 50, 51. So please understand this dharma only in this way. Otherwise, you will get confused. Is this clear? So the answer is, without dharma, other puruṣārthas cannot exist. Hunger exists, or we go after food because hunger exists. Without hunger, you will not go for food. So the other goals will all go away. Is this clear? Anyone? Hello? You
Hello.
heard me?
We heard you.
So everything is clear. Any questions on this? Because let's keep this very clear in our minds. If there are no questions,
for me, there is no question. Dharyate iti dharma.
Exactly. Very good. So we will go further. Now I'm continuing with Gita Bhāṣya. This is 36. Some are in Sanskrit. Unfortunately, I sometimes don't put it in English. Probably if some people are really wanted, I can just put in English, words of it. That is 336. Right here is 36 in Sanskrit. This is 3.36. Arjuna Vacha. Arjuna says, Athakena prayuktoyam papam charati purushaha anichinapi varshneya baladivan yojitaha. The question is very simple. Arjuna says, why would somebody be forced to do sin or papa? Bad things are being done. Why are people being forced to do bad things? Anichinapi varshneya. Some people may not even like to do bad things, but they get forced. Baladivan yojitaha. As if they are pushed into doing something. Oh, Krishna. Varshneya is another name for Krishna. So, Krishna, help me understand this. Why do people commit crimes, do papa, sins, incur sins, as if forcibly pushed by something? Why? Gita Bhāṣya, that is the Madhva Bhāṣya we are doing. Bahavaha karma karanaha santi. There are many reasons for actions. Krodha, Kāmascha, anger and desires are fundamental. Tatra ko balavaniti pritchati. There are several reasons. Jealousy, greed, it could be anything. So among all the reasons for actions, ko balavaniti pritchati, what is the main powerful reason which forces someone to do bad things? Atha it arthantaram tayoho na vashamagachet iti prashna prapakam. Why is Arjuna interested in knowing this? He wants to control the enemies which make him do wrong things. So, and he has to avoid them. Tayoho na vashamagachet. You should not get bound by those enemies. And this is the purpose behind this question. Gita Tatparya is another commentary, running commentary given by Madhvācārya. So we will deal with both of them. Here, Parameshwarat Devebhyascha Arvaktana Prerakam Prichati Atha Keneti. What this means? Obviously, the powerful Lord Hari is the own main pusher of things. Without him propelling people, without him pushing, nothing works in this universe. So he is the main reason for all actions in this universe. That's one thing. Parameshwarat Devebhyascha. The secondary reasons are controllers, propellers, or the devatas, or the different deities. In Madhva Bhāṣya, these deities are on hierarchy, right? Each one is more powerful than the lower one, like that. So other than these two sets, that is Hari and Devatas, leaving them, who are the main powerful forces? Which are the powerful forces which push us to do things we regret later? Sri Bhagavanuja 3.37, Krishna says to Arjuna, Kāma yesha, Krodha yesha, rajoguna samudbhavaha, mahāshano, mahāpāpma, vidhyena mihavairinam. It is 3.37. Krishna says, Kāma yesha, this is desire. Krodha yesha, this is anger. Rajoguna samudbhavaha, it comes from the rajasic tendencies. Rajoguna, nature, passion, creates all these things. Mahāshano mahāpāpma, it's a big fire. It's a glutton. Desire can consume anything. Mahāpāpma, it is a major, it's sin itself, in the sense that it's a cause for sin, cause for Pāpa. As I told you earlier, Pāpa is not exactly sin. The Christian view of sin is different from Pāpa. But I'm just using these words because there's no good word in English. Vidhyena mihavairinam. So this desire is a major enemy. Know that you need to conquer desire. Kāma. Yastu balavan pravartaka sa yesha kāmaham. Very powerful thing which goads you into doing wrong things is Kāma. Krodhopi yesheva. This is also anger, but actually anger is different from desire. From desire, anger comes. So anger is another entity which is caused by desire. Kāmat krodho bijayate iti hyuktam. Earlier in the Bhagavad Gītā, it was said, from desire, anger arises. Yatrapi gurunindadi nimittaha krodhas tatrapi bhakti nimitta aninda kama nimitta eva. So some people may study under somebody and say that is a guru. He studies under the teacher and he goes for some time, and later on he gets very upset with this teacher for some reason. Why is he upset? That's also because a teacher should be honored, respected, but he finds a very powerful reason to hate this teacher. So his attachment to the teacher is a cause for the hatred also. So you have to know that somehow desires cause anger. Yet vanyata vadanti te Śaṅkarā na sukṣmam jananti. Secretly, in a veiled way, Madhvācārya attacks the Śaṅkarācārya view here. Śaṅkarācārya, I think in the Dvaita Bhāṣya, there is Kāma and Krodha are two sides of the same coin. That is, desire and anger are the two sides of the same coin. But what Madhvācārya says, no. Actually, anger is not another phase of desire. Anger is different from desire and is generated or caused by desire. Uktanche rite kāmam nakopadyaha jayante hi kathanchana. Madhvācārya quotes from some particular work and says, without desire, there can be no anger. Anger cannot arise without desire. That's said. So you need to understand properly. Anger is different from the cause, which is desire. Mahashanaha, it devours everything. Mahadhi Kāma bhogyam. You just give any objects of senses to desire. Desire will want more and more and more and more. There is no satisfaction for desire. Maha Brahma Hatyadi Karanatvat Mahapapma. So the thing is, because of desire, a person would be ready to even kill a virtuous person or even mother or father. We have seen in history many people killing their own teachers, mothers, fathers, and things like that. So it is so powerful. Desire is so powerful. And that is the major reason for people committing awful crimes. Sarva Puruṣārtha Virodādhi Vairi. It will destroy all the good goals of a person. Sarva Puruṣārtha. If the desire takes over the mind, all good goals of that person is destroyed. Dhumena priyate vanhihi yathadarsho. Sri Madhvācārya. He continues, Krishna continues to talk. Dhumena priyate vanhihi yathadarsho malena cha yatholbena avrto garpaha tatha tenedam avrutam. Like how smoke covers fire and you cannot see the fire because it's covered with smoke. Yatha adarsho malena cha. Like how a mirror which is very dusty, covered with dust, cannot reflect, or you won't even see whether there is a mirror because all you see is just dust. Yatha ulbena avrto garpaha. Like how a child is covered by the womb. Tatha tenedam avrutam. That is how a person is covered by ignorance or desire. In the Bhāṣya, we'll get to know more about the meaning here. Katham virodhi saha idam anena avrutam. So the thing is, why is Kāma or desire a enemy? Because that covers up everything. Yatha dhumena agni rivavrataha. Like how smoke covers fire. Even though fire is bright, hot, burning bright, but if it's covered by smoke, you won't even see it. Anyesham. So this is samyak. This is like Paramatma. Paramatma is bright, brilliant, but because of the ignorance caused by desires and other problems, a human being cannot see Paramatma, who is everywhere. He is the cause for everything. Your heart is beating because of that Paramatma. Your ears are hearing, you are speaking. All these things is because of Paramatma. But you don't see. Why? We are all in ignorance, covered up in ignorance, like how smoke covers fire. Yathadarsho malena avrto anya abhivyakti vyakti hetu na bhavati. When you cover up a mirror with dust, that mirror will not serve the purpose of showing the reflection of any object. Tatha antahkaranam paramatma dehe vyakti hetur na bhavati. Our antahkarana is the inner organs. The inner organs are mind, intellect, and so on. So the inner organs are covered up with dust or ignorance. So they will not reflect the Paramatma within. Kāmena avrutam, because it's covered by desire. Yatholbena avritya baddho bhavati garbhastata kāmena jivaha. So like how a child is bound in the womb. So jiva, our individual consciousness like us, we are bound inside desire. Desire has enveloped us inside out in a way. So we cannot get out of desire. We're locked inside our desires. Avratam jnanam jnanino nityavairina kamarupena kaunteya dushpurena analena cha. Our knowledge, jnanam, even though the knowledge of a great jnani, suppose a person has studied textbooks, all the shastras, books, Bhagavad Gītā, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, everything he knows. But his knowledge, bookish knowledge, can be devoured by the eternal enemy, Nityavairina, which is desire. Dushpurena analena cha, and desires will not stop. It can consume any number of items of pleasures from all directions, from all the senses. Shastrato jādam api jnanam paramatma aparokshaya na prakashate. What does it mean? One can learn about in the Shastras, maybe a person spent 50 years studying all the scriptures from beginning, from childhood, from age 5 maybe. But the person cannot see Paramatma because desires have already enveloped the knowledge of this person. Bookish knowledge is not sufficient. Kimu alpajnaninaha? What about people who have not read the scriptures? Just beginners. We're not talking about science textbooks or some medicine, engineering, law, or any other field. We're talking about adhyatma jnana, study of spirit, study of consciousness, which is beyond matter. Even if somebody studies all the scriptures, that person's knowledge can be overpowered by the eternal enemy sitting within. Kāma kāmakhyena nityavairina, that is desire. Dushpurena, which can never be satisfied. Dukkhena hi kāma puryate. You cannot get rid of desire so easily. Due to after great difficult tussle with desire, you can get rid of desire. And that you have seen all over. That's almost given to everybody. An experience which you don't pay for. Nahi indradipadam sukhena labhyate. So, see, if somebody desires wealth, some people will start with, okay, this much is enough. Okay, I will get maybe $100 billion. Oh, no. Couple of other people are getting $100 billion. They will go to next level, $300 billion. They will go to $1,000 billion, $1 trillion. They keep on going that way. I want to own the whole earth and this whole universe here. I want to become Indra. I want to own the heaven. So to own the heaven, it's a lot of difficulty, right? To own the earth itself is a lot of effort is required. So, yadyapi indradipadam praptam, once if he gets indrapada, become the leader of the heaven, the king of the heaven, even then, I don't want to use the term heaven because that has a different connotation in Christianity. Indrapada, you will just say Indraloka, the realm of Indra. Suraloka, right? Yadyapi indradipadam praptam punar brahmadipadam ichchati. Indra is not the boss. Indra is only king of Devatas. But the creator is Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, the husband of Saraswati. So why can't I get the power and ownership what Chaturmukha Brahma has? Indra is very small. We can go to that. Even then the person does not lose the desire to get more. Uktancha jnanasya brahmanascha agnehe dhumo buddhermalam tatha adarshasya athajivasya garbol bhopihi kamataha. The similar verse in some other text, Madhvācārya quotes, gives a similar idea that the knowledge of a person, Brahma Jnana, can be covered by desire. Just there's no difference. Or intelligence, buddhehe malam yatha.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Nasti Analaha. What does it mean that Anala, is it a person who's quoting this?
No.
Nasti Analaha. Analaha.
No. 1 second. I'll come and let you know. See, alam, you have to think like punaha brahmadi padam ichhati iti alam buddhihi nasti ityanalaha. That means it does not have alam buddhi. Alam buddhi means enough, satisfaction. So the desires will not fundamentally have no satisfaction. The Kāma or the concept of desire, there is no satisfaction. So he is actually giving a Sanskrit meaning. Analaha means fire in an ordinary sense, right? But the word analaha can also be understood as no satisfaction. Alam buddhihi nasti iti analaha.
Understood. So understood that.
Okay. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. So Bhagavan says, Indriyāni mano buddhira syadhishthānam uchyate etaihi vimohayatyesha jnānam avritya dehinam. First thing, Arjuna probably is asking, where is this enemy? Right? First, enemy is Kāma. Desire is the enemy. So where is this desire hiding? Usually what happens is in olden days, if you want to conquer someone, you have to know the location of the person. Oh, that person is hiding in this huge fortress out there, which he has built out there. So if you can go conquer the fortress, probably you can conquer the enemy who is sitting inside the fortress. So Arjuna is trying to ask, where is this enemy? Kāma. Indriyāni mano buddhi asya adhishthānam uchyate. Look, this Kāma is sitting inside your senses, the 5 senses, the mind. That's where the Kāma sits. Etaihi vimohayatyesha jnānam avritya dehinam. It is sitting there, it will cover up your knowledge and delude you. You will get wrong knowledge. You will think whatever is untrue as true. Vadhartam shatror adhishtanamaha. So that you can kill your enemy, I'm letting you know where it stays. It stays in the indriyas, that is the senses and mind. Etaihi jnānam avritya buddhya adibihi hi vishayaihi jnānam avritam bhavati. Because your senses and intellect get corrupted by desire, it will give you wrong information, wrong conclusion. This is 340, 3.40. Shri Bhagavanuja, 3.41. Tasmatvam indriyanyadau niyamya bharatarshava papmanam prajahihyenam jnana vijnana nashanam. So Arjuna, your mind and indriyas have to be controlled by you. Then you can kill this sinful, powerful, desire which has corrupted your knowledge and even intuition and everything like that. Hrita adhishtano hi shatrur nashyati. Only when you conquer the fortress, you can capture the enemy within the fortress. So first figure out the location and conquer the location. Akhila prerako Viṣṇu brahmadyas tat. So this is the another Bhāṣya, Madhva is so far. Then again a parallel commentary is same Madhva known as Gītā Tātparya. So the Gītā Tātparya says, so Gītā Tātparya is summary for 3.37 to 3.41, just a common information he gives. Akhila prerako Viṣṇu, the first impeller, compeller, person who goads everyone. That is Viṣṇu. Brahma Adyaha Tadavantaraha. The lesser powerful ones are Chaturmukha Brahma and the lower deities. Asuraha Ashubheshveva Kamadehe Abhimaninaha. The Asuras, the demons, they only push you into doing wrong things. And they are dedicated deities, Abhimani Devatas, of different entities like desire. Desire has an Abhimani Devata. Okay. So that Devata is actually not a Devata, Abhimani Asura. They say the desire has the name of the demon who is responsible for desire is known as Kalanemi, according to Madhvācārya. See, you need to understand, Madhvācārya is very fond of explaining things using the Abhimani Devata concept. Abhimani Devata is every entity has a particular deity associated with, right? Your mind is associated with Rudra, according to Madhvācārya. Okay, he brings some very powerful Puranic and other kind of Pancharatra text in support of his views. Okay. Tatra Kāma Kalanemihi. Kalanemi is an Asura. And that Asura, the demon, is responsible for desire. He is the go-to person who creates desire everywhere. There is a in the Viṣṇu Sahasranama, the Lord Hari, Viṣṇu is known as Kalanemiha Veera Shauri Shura Janeshwaraha. Kalanemiha. Niha means killer. So the Viṣṇu is the killer of desire. So here, Kalanemi, you know what Kalanemi is an asura or a demon. Sarvam dhumam alol bhavat. Dhuma mala ulbhavat. Sorry, dhuma mala ulbhavat. Shubha madhya adhama janam kramad avritya tishtati. This is the tatparya. So what happens is that this desire covers up the knowledge of superior, that is superior souls or superior jivatmas, middle level jivatmas, madhyama, and lower level jivatmas, kramat, in series, and covers up everyone's intelligence. So here he brings up a textbook from somewhere, where Brahmatarka. This textbook is known as Brahmatarka. So he says that the thing is there are three different kinds of souls: Uttama, Adhama, Uttama, Madhyama, Adhama. Uttama is superior, Adhama is inferior, and Madhyama is in middle. Right? So these three types of souls, they're also known as Satvika, Rajasa, Tamasa souls. Right? So the thing is, these souls, the desire has overpowered the intelligence of all these three types of souls. Mahāshanasya tasyedam nalam tena analo agnivat munjana indriya vishto jnānastrena iva dahyate jnana astrena iva dahyate. I'm sorry, jnanastrena iva dahyate hanyate. See, how can you kill this enemy? You have to use a weapon called astra. Astra is a weapon. What weapon is that? Jnana. Knowledge is the weapon using which you can kill this desire which is sitting in your senses and mind, which has uncontrollable appetite to devour any number of experiences with any number of physical experiences. Iti Brahmatarke. This is explained in the Brahmatarka. Jnana avarana rupena idam avrunoti ityavritam jnanamiti punaraha. It's mentioned as it's engulfing and enveloping your knowledge. न केवलं दुष्पूरो नालमिति मन्यते चेति अनलः अग्निरप्यनलः कामः यन्नालमिति मन्यते. So even a fire can be quenched. You put some water on top of fire, the fire will go away, right? The fire will be quenched. But Kāma is not like that. Kāma can never be quenched. It is sitting inside you. Even if you sit quietly, suddenly there is a desire which comes up from somewhere. This is a favorite subject of Swami Chinmayananda. He says, "Oh, I was sitting somewhere casually, didn't do anything, didn't think of anything casually, but somewhere from within me there was a little voice crying, coffee, coffee, coffee." And he says that's the real desire for having more coffee. So it's just a funny thing he mentions in one of his lectures. So even though desire doesn't seem to exist, where is it? I don't know, I haven't seen it, but it's inside you. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Indriyani Paranyahu, Indriyebhyah Param Manaha, Manasastu Para Buddhi, Yo Buddhehe Paratastu Saha. The verse itself only says indriyas are more higher than the objects of senses, indriyebhyah. Indriyani Paranyahu. I'm sorry, Indriyani Paranyahu. Indriya is higher than the objects of senses, it is understood. Indriyebhyah Param Manaha. Beyond the indriya, beyond the senses is the mind. Beyond the mind is intellect. And beyond the intellect is that person, Saha. That word is Saha. Who is this Saha? What is that person beyond the intellect? This is a question. See, the word Saha is explained in different ways by different acharyas, different commentators. But we'll pick up what Madhvācārya is talking about, right? Evam buddhehe param buddhva sanstabhya atmanam atmana. This is the original verse. Jahi shatrum mahabaho kāma rūpam durasadam. So, knowing that which is higher than the intellect, knowing what that entity is, controlling your what do you call, controlling atmanam atmana. Even here Krishna is giving you a puzzle here, controlling atma through atma. So the word atma has different meanings, so one has to understand differently. What does Madhvācārya think about this first atma? Sanstabhya means control atma with atma. What does it mean? That we need to figure it out. Jahi shatrum mahabaho kāma rūpam durasadam. This is very fair, simple to understand. Kill the enemy. Oh, one with mighty arms. Arjuna, you have mighty arms. If you really have mighty arms, kill this desire. Kāma rūpam durasadam, which is invincible. This is where the third chapter ends. Om Tat Saditi Srimad Bhagavad Gītā Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Karma Yogo Nama Trityodhyaya. The third chapter ends. Iti Srimad Ananda Tirtha Bhagavad Pāpācārya Virachite Srimad Bhagavad Gītā Bhāṣya Trityodhyaya. The third chapter, the commentary ends, but the commentary continues. I will tell you why. Iti Srimad Ananda Tirtha Bhagavad Pāpācārya Virachite Srimad. This is enough, right? Gita Tatparya and Gita Nirnaya all ends here, but it's continuing here. Shatru Hanana Ayudha Rupam Jnanam Bhaktum Jnayamaha. Shatru Hanana Ayudha Rupam Jnanam Bhaktum Jnayahana. How can you kill the enemy? And that is a Jnana. So definitely using knowledge, you have to kill the enemy. Bhaktum Jnayamaha, but you need to understand what? Indriyani iti. So this is Gita Bhāṣya. indriyani iti asaṅga jnānāsi mādāya tara atiparam. What, there is another sentence from some other work or textbook, right? Asaṅga means without attachment. So non-attachment combined with knowledge. This is the real weapon. Asi means sword. Take a huge sword which has this power. The twin power of the sword is one edge is asaṅga. Asaṅga means no attachment. The other edge is jnana, knowledge. Such a sword, use that sword to kill the enemy, which is desire. This is said earlier somewhere in some other work. Shariradi indriyani parani utkristani. Sharirat indriyani parani utkristani.
Can it be understood asaṅga jnana means detached mind, detached knowledge?
Knowledge with detachment. Knowledge with detachment. So knowledge
Yes,
with no attachment.
detached knowledge, that's what I said.
True. Sharirat indriyani parani. The next sentence. Beyond the body, the senses are more powerful. Utkrishtani. The parani here, he doesn't say it as powerful. He says they are superior. So the senses are superior to the body. Na kevalam buddheh paraha. Shrutyukta prakarena abjaktadapi. Okay, here, see, Madhvācārya studies a lot, uses a lot of textbooks, and he only gives a few simple sentences. It's hard to understand what he's saying. What he's saying is, there is a Kathopanishad verse which says, Indriyebhyah parahyartah. Wait a minute, where is that Kathopanishad verse? I didn't bring that Kathopanishad verse here. I can find out. It maybe it is useful to find that verse. 1 second, see, let me see if I can find it. Just a second, please. I'm going to stop share a minute. I'm stopping the share. I'm trying to search for where is that verse. Indriyebhyah parahyartaha. Indriya. Just a second. I'm going to show it now. Share. Okay. This, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see.
Oh. Indriyebhyaha parahi artha. Artebhyascha param manaha. Manasastu para buddhihi. Buddher atma mahan paraha. This is in the Katha Upanishad 3.10. Here, the meaning is slightly different from the Bhagavad Gītā meaning. Bhagavad Gītā has a similar verse, as I told you. Let's see what the meaning of this Katha Upanishad says. The outer sense organs are gross. The sense objects of sound, touch, form, taste, and smell are subtler than the sense organs. The mind that processes the sense objects is subtler than the sense objects. The intellect is subtler than mind. The Atman referred here as Mahan, great Atman, is subtler than intellect. In the verse 3.11, this chain of thought is expounded further as the unmanifest or avyakta is beyond that great Atman. The Purusha is beyond the unmanifest. The Purusha is the supreme goal, and there is nothing beyond him. This is the meaning given in the Katha Upanishad. Okay. Avyaktat Purusha Paraha is the last one in the Katha Upanishad. Okay. I didn't copy that particular verse. It's okay. I remember that. Now, Avyaktat, let's get back to the. Okay. So, Madhva, we go back to Madhva, Avyaktat Purushaha Paraha. That is what is said in the Katha Upanishad. It is he Shrutihi. Nata dacha tatra ukte ekadesha jnana matrena bhavati muktihi. Sarvatrika gunopasamharo hi bhagavata gunopasamhara padehe abhihidaha anandadaya pradhanasya ityadina. So here what happened is there are more entities which are said. So the thing is buddher atma mahan paraha. See the thing is manasastu para buddhihi buddher atma mahan paraha mahataha param avyaktam avyaktat purusha paraha is the next line in the in that Upanishad. 1 second, please. So manasastu para buddhi. Buddhi is subtler than mind. Atma is Atma Mahat. Is the Mahan here is known as the Mahat. That the Mahat is a Tattva, is an entity. That Mahat is higher than Buddhi. Then Buddhir Atma Mahan Paraha Mahataha Param Avyaktam. Avyakta is higher than Mahat. Purusha is higher than Mahat. That is how the Katha Upanishad says. Here, what Madhvācārya is saying that it is not sufficient to understand, that is different. Purusha here, he matches it with the Katha Upanishad and says the Saha or the one unknown entity in that verse. What is that verse? Here, we'll go back. This verse. Not this, wait a minute. See, Manasastu, this is the Bhagavad Gītā. Manasastu para buddhihi yo buddhehe paratastu saha. So the thing is, that saha means Parabrahma according to Madhvācārya. That is Hari. That is Viṣṇu. So Viṣṇu is higher than intellect, subtler than intellect. Here, Utkrishta. Here, Madhvācārya uses higher, higher, higher. That's how he says. So here, that matches up with the Katha Upanishad as Purusha, right? And that is the Avyaktat Purusha Paraha, the last line. So Purusha is that Hari, and he is the highest, and he is higher than the Avyakta. So what does Avyakta mean? So Madhvācārya takes it to mean this way. Avyakta means Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the unmanifest. Lakshmi is the Abhimani Devata, or the deity designated to represent Prakriti or matter, or the cause of matter, known as Avyakta. See, this is the manifest universe. But before that, this universe was in the unmanifest form. And that is the power of
does
that.
it mean that Moola Prakriti?
Yes, it's Moola Prakriti. So Moola Prakriti, Abhimani Devata is Lakshmi. So Hari is higher than Lakshmi, according to Madhvācārya. So the highest is only Viṣṇu, who is single. And Lakshmi, his consort, comes lower. And Lakshmi is higher than the Chaturmukha Brahma. That is the four-faced Brahma. And Chaturmukha Brahma is higher than the lower deities. So what he is saying is, it is not, see, how do you realize Viṣṇu? To realize Viṣṇu, you have to combine all the attributes of Viṣṇu. Viṣṇu is great, Viṣṇu is kind, Viṣṇu is the only resort, Viṣṇu is the helper, Viṣṇu is a friend, Viṣṇu is a philosopher for you. There may be 1,000 attributes in different Vedas and the Pancharatra Shastras. If one has to keep in mind all those attributes, and then only realize Viṣṇu. Once they're only for him, you will get, that person will get moksha or mukti. Other than that, nobody can, without doing all those things, he will not get moksha. So that is said in the Garuda Purana, according to Madhvācārya. He quotes this, right? Tasmad Abhyaktadapi Paratvena Jñāna. So one should know Viṣṇu is higher than Abhyakta. Nachatra Jivo Uchyate. So this Saha cannot be taken as Jiva as taken by Śaṅkarācārya and Madhva and Rāmānujācārya. So Rāmānuja.org does not take Saha as Jiva. Rāmānuja.org says that is desire itself. So Rāmānuja.org does not bring any Jiva or Paramatma here. He says desire, that Saha is Jiva, the desire, Kāma. So look at how these three acharyas take it differently. It doesn't matter. The idea is you have to control desire, you have to win over desire. That's all, right? But Madhvācārya says here Saha means Viṣṇu, higher that, and Jiva is not even mentioned in this shloka, according to Madhvācārya. Rasopyasya param drishtvā nivartate ityuktatvat. Even earlier in the second chapter, Rasopyasya param drishtvā nivartate. Rasa is the attachment. Param drishtvā nivartate means para is Viṣṇu, according to Madhvācārya. So Viṣṇu is that person as para or Purusha. Avijñāya param matto jayah kāmasya vaikutaha. So without knowing me, oh, this is actually some sentence said by Viṣṇu in some Purana somewhere. Viṣṇu says, or Hari says, without knowing me, how can you win over desire? Ataha Paramatma Jñānameva atra vivakshitam. So knowing Hari is the main aspect. Knowledge of Jivatma is not mentioned here. Atma, that is why we have to understand the two Atma comes, right? Sanstabhya Atmanam Atmanam Atmana. Atmanam means mind. Atmana means buddhi, intellect. Using the intellect, control your mind. That's how we should understand the 3.42 and 3.43 according to Madhvācārya. This finishes the third chapter. Okay, now we will finish this in just few minutes. Give me 3-4 minutes. Sarvebhyah pravara deva indradya indriyatmakaha. Tebhyo manabhimani tu rudrasta tasmat saraswati. So thing is, devatas are deities which are abhimani devatas for senses, indriyas. So thing is, deities sort of control the indriyas. Deities are, they control the senses. Higher than that is the deity which is designated for mind, mana. That is Rudra. Tasmat Saraswati. Higher than Rudra is Saraswati. And she is the deity designated for intellect or buddhi. Tato Brahma. Higher than Saraswati is the creator Chaturmukha Brahma, four-faced Brahma. Mahanatma Parasprataha. He is known as Mahanatma. Avyakta Rupa Lakshmishcha. Higher than Chaturmukha Brahma is the Lakshmi, Avyakta Rupa. Vara to atahataha harihi swayam. Beyond Lakshmi is Hari. So this Madhvācārya uses the shloka to reinforce his concept of hierarchy among the deities. Samodiko naveti yanupurvi prakirtita. There is nothing higher than Viṣṇu or Hari. Yathakrama prabodena nashyaha Kāma shatravaha. So the desire and other enemies have to be destroyed in order. Prapyate chaparam sthanam Viṣṇu atula manjasa. Only when he does that, one can reach Viṣṇu loka or the Vaikuntha by destroying all the different enemies. Nachendriyabhyah parahyarta rudro ahankriti rupakaha ityadi avirodha. There are small differences of opinion about, oh, is Rudra higher this one or something like that. That can be understood in a way that suppose a son owns a property. Does it not mean that the father also owns the property, because father gave that property to son, right? So like that, we need to, there may be upside down in some other, in some other Purana or some other reference. There may be hierarchy a little bit different, but that doesn't matter. We can understand it in properly, understanding that father's wealth is same as son's wealth. That's all. Sarvabhimanino devaha sarvepi yuttarottaram adhikyam vaktume vaisham prataksthanam udidyate adhikya kramaye batra shastra tatparyamishyate sthaneshu vavaresham cha pare santi na chetare tathapi piturartho yaha putrasyapi upacharyate abhyaktadi padarthanam sarve tadabhimaninah. I just said the same thing. Piturartho putrasya. That is, whatever is the wealth of the father is same as the wealth of the son also. This kind of idea we can get and understand all these things in different other scriptures. Yatra kvacha putrasya tat pitur yatra va pitus tadva putrasya ityetad duktam bhavati ityadi shrutescha. Bahuvachinam tu shabdanam linga prakaranadibhi pravritti hetoscha nirnaye yortheshu gamyate iti shabdar nirnaye. Not only that, Sanskrit words are difficult to understand. You have to understand using the type Shabda Nirnaya. The correct meaning of the words would be understood using different texts like koshas and other things like that. Linga disamyam yatra syat prayogadi kyamevatu nirnayakam bhave tatra tena syat bahushrutaha. Only when you are a bahushruta, when you know number of different scriptures like Vyakarana, the grammar, yoga, different texts, Puranas, Itihasas, all this only when you know the true meaning will be known. And that is said in the Brahmatarka. There ends the class today. Any questions so far? Any comments? Did you understand something new today, or it was all boring and you knew it already? Wake up. Let me know.
It's okay with me.
Okay. What did you think, Wayne G?
I was remotely familiar with, I've studied some of this already. I read the Bhagavad Gītā twice. But the other text I've not read, but they're very helpful and add a lot to the meaning of the scripture.
So you have gone through Madhva Bhāṣya before, Madhvācārya's text?
I've been through the Bhagavad Gītā.
Oh, okay. With what commentary did you read it?
I read, the version that I read is called Song of God. It's by Swami Mukhananda. The name of the book, it's online, but it's called Song of God. It's the Bhagavad Gītā. but it's
by who?
the commentary is from Swami Mukkundananda.
Muktananda. You mean Muktananda?
Yeah.
Oh, Mukunda. Mukundananda. Oh, I know what I know. Mukunda.
His temple is only 6 miles from my house. Here, his
I know what you're saying.
Texas.
Mukundananda. He is from the Kripalu Maharaj Samstha, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
You know him? Well, I'm real good. I'm a member there, but I'm also real good friends with him. He's known me for a while, a couple of years.
Okay,
And,
I got it.
We're really very close. He's not my guru, but he's close to it.
Okay, you see, the thing is, Mukundananda, I know, I have met him here and there.
You know him? Yeah,
I met him.
He's a great guy.
By the way, I have met Kripalu Maharaj.
Oh, his guru before he passed away.
I met Kripalu Maharaj in Texas once. I was there for a week in some kind of a temple where there.
Oh, I didn't know he ever came to Texas.
Yeah, there's a huge commune there. Prakashanandji, his whole HD Prakashanandji, one of the direct disciples.
Are you talking about Kripaluji Maharaj?
Yeah. See, Kripalu Maharaj.
He passed away in 2011, so it was probably before that.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Okay. I didn't know he came to Texas.
Yeah, I met number of his students, immediate students.
Yeah, I wish I'd have been involved and known him. He was. I have a lot of his books, and some of them were in Hindi, and I'm trying to learn Hindi because I want to read them.
No, he's a walking dictionary of information. He knows so much. He doesn't have to look at books at all. He knows everything in his mind.
Yeah. Well,
I know very well. Very good.
But I'm using. But back to your question, I'm using the Swami Mukkundananda's Song of God. It's you can Google that, and
I know. It's all
but it has it in Sanskrit, in the Romanography, and it also has definitions of each of the words of the scripture, translation from the Romanography to English, word for word, and then it has a summary of a translation, and then it has Swamiji's commentary.
True. I know.
It's just I don't know of any other book that's that well documented. Where you can read all that together. It's very helpful for me.
Definitely, it's very good.
But I have a copy of the Gita, the Bhāṣya, that I found the other day, and it has the Sanskrit, but not a transliteration, but it has the English translation. English translation, and then the Sanskrit in Devanagari, of course, but it doesn't have the transliteration. But that's okay. I'm trying to learn Devanagari, and I'm also trying to, and I've got some experience. I'm trying to learn Hindi right now, and then my experience with Sanskrit is actually the Devanagari in this in Swamiji's version also has a recording that you can play, and you can learn to recite these. And I got there's actually a study group at the temple. And they do that, and I got pretty good at it for a while. I still do it from time when I read it, because I.
Why don't you do anything? I need to rush somewhere because I'm ending.
Okay.
I need to do some work at home. So we'll talk separately sometime. Okay.
You can send if you ever want to talk, just I think my phone number is on that form too.
Sure, I think so.
You can send me a message that you want to talk to me sometime. I'm retired. And this is what I do full time. I spend about 90 minutes to 45-minute sessions of meditation every day, and cool. I have my own little temple here.
Excellent. we'll talk in detail later.
Yeah, let's do that. I can give you some background. And I did find before I let you go, I found a book here, and I managed to download it. I've got good sources for books. I can find stuff you wouldn't believe.
No, we'll talk in detail. Don't worry. I think, I will talk to you.
I'm going to go ahead and put it in my library, but I just found this. It's the Tatpriya Chandrika.
Oh, that is the Bhagavad Gītā, Vedanta Deshika.
Yeah. It's Swami Desikan's.
Yes, Deshika. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just downloaded a copy of it just a few minutes ago.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I've got a library, so yeah. Anytime you want to talk, I'm always I'm doing. I'm a servant of God, so I'm doing something for Lord Krishna, or studying or something like that, or doing yoga.
See, we need to talk. It'll be on a separate call because a lot of people are waiting here. I don't want to take their time. And
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
call you. Okay, bye. Namaste.
Namaste.
Asmat Paramagurudev Maha, Asmat Sarvagurudev Maha, Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Maha, Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Parabrahmane Maha, Shri Lakshmi Havadana Parabrahmane Maha, Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.
Thank you. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.